to the TokyoBill Weekly Update, an end-of-week news brief on what's going on in and around Japan. Today is May 17th, 2025. Kumiko Jingu, a Shinkin Bank employee in Gunma Prefecture, was given a certificate of appreciation by the police for stopping a man in his 60s from sending 100,000 yen, about $700, to a potential scammer he met on a dating app. On April 25th, Jingu judged the transfer request suspicious and decided to help the man after he expressed his intent to send money for foreign currency exchange. This led to her alerting the police after further investigation revealed he was being scammed. Jingu felt relieved he did not lose his money and promises to stay vigilant in the future. Speaking of internet payment systems, app-based salary payments have not gained popularity in Japan 2 years after their introduction. The service is mainly available to full-time employees, which they need to consent for, and many part-time workers could benefit but are not participating. Less than 3% of surveyed workers use payment apps like PayPay, despite a majority knowing they are an option. A different survey indicated that around 1/3 of people are uninterested in using salary apps, with 48% feeling there is no need. Many businesses also have no plans to adopt this method due to low demand and added costs. However, Japan is gradually moving towards cashless transactions, with over 40% of payments being cashless by 2024. Otters are becoming popular pets in Japan, raising concerns about illegal poaching and smuggling of Asian small-clawed otters, which are classified as vulnerable. Researchers from Kyoto University noted that the demand is driven by their presence on TV and social media. As pets, river otters need special care and space not suitable for most homes, aren't easily toilet trained, and can spread harmful bacteria. Despite a trade ban to protect vulnerable and endangered species, otters are still being smuggled from Thailand, threatening local freshwater ecosystems. This risk should concern anyone in Japan interested in owning any threatened species, considering the native Japanese river otter was declared extinct in 2012. In similar news, police in Amami, a holiday island near Okinawa, have arrested 3 Chinese nationals after finding thousands of hermit crabs in their suitcases. The suspects had packed 160 kilograms of live crabs. A hotel worker in Amami noticed suspicious sounds from the luggage the men had left with the staff. Police were alerted and discovered the crabs in 6 suitcases. The men, all in their 20s, were arrested for possessing the crustaceans without proper permission. The exact species of hermit crabs is not clear, but they and other plant and animal life in the island group are protected under Japanese law. Still on the topic of animals, train delays in Japan due to animals on tracks have tripled in the last decade, having increased over 15 times in the past 20 years. The Transport Ministry reported that disruptions caused by animals rose from 81 in 2003 to 1,369 in 2023. A recent incident involving a snake causing a power outage that stopped Shinkansen trains, affecting 86 trains and about 67,000 passengers. Railways are implementing solutions like snake repellent sprays and bell-shaped devices similar to rat guards used on ship mooring lines. Net fencing is also being used to counter the increasing deer population in the country. Wildlife management experts suggest that population management is also needed to reduce train collisions. Scientists from Riken have discovered that the ancestry of the Japanese people comes from 3 groups instead of 2. A new 3rd group, called Emishi, has been identified, coming from Northeast Asia. Led by Terao Chikashi, the research reveals genetic diversity across Japan using whole genome sequencing. The group, created a database called Jewel to link DNA data with health information, exploring genetic connections to diseases. The study also analyzed ancient DNA from Neanderthals and Denisovans, linking certain genes to modern health traits. The findings may help improve personalized medicine by identifying genetic variants related to diseases. In the Umeda area of Osaka, a small street has become known for prostitution, prompting frustrated locals and police to act. To improve the situation, they used ideas from Nobel Prize-winning economist Richard Thaler, particularly his nudge theory, to change behaviors without force. They painted the street yellow, which simulates danger, to discourage loitering, and commissioned art students to create illustrations that motivate people to move quickly. Since implementing these changes, the number of people lingering has dropped significantly. In addition to practices encouraging people to move along, the community is also providing resources for those wanting to leave the trade. The North American Charging Standard, NACS, is now gaining international traction, with Mazda announcing plans to adopt it in Japan. Starting in 2027, Mazda will add NACS plugs to its vehicles and become the second automaker to use this charging standard in its home country. This partnership with Tesla will allow Mazda EV owners to utilize Tesla supercharger stations. While Mazda is late to adopt NACS in the United States, it plans to include the standard in all new EVs from 2025 onwards. The company's efforts to embrace NACS may improve its position in the EV market, particularly with plans to introduce a new electric SUV in Japan. And in this week's beer events, another Oktoberfest in the Tokyo area kicks off on Friday afternoon, this time in Shiba Park by Onarimon or Kamiacho stations. Tons of German brews, as you'd expect, along with live music and dance performances, and food kiosks. 500 yen admission gets you in the gate, and advance tickets are available through the website. And back to this week's news. A guest house in Kyoto has changed its policy that requires guests to declare they have never committed war crimes. Municipal authorities became aware of this policy after an Israeli tourist complained he had to sign a pledge stating he had not been involved in any war crimes. Israeli Ambassador Gilad Cohen criticized this as discriminatory and called for swift action from the city. The owner of Wind Village explained he had implemented this policy due to his concerns over global conflicts, hoping to assure safety to guests. He says he intends to keep the policy, but has adjusted its wording to clarify it won't affect guests' eligibility to stay. Booking.com has suspended the guest house account amid the controversy. 3 Japanese men and an Uzbek man have been arrested for fraud, accused of having the Uzbek impersonate a Japanese national, allowing him to work for food delivery service Demaikan, according to the Tokyo Metropolitan Police. The Uzbek man was on a short-term visa and was prohibited from working, but his involvement in a traffic accident led to police discovering his fraudulent delivery work. The suspects recruited over 150 Uzbek and Vietnamese nationals to deliver food while taking a portion of their wages. All 4 have admitted to the allegations. The suspects are believed to have earned around 54 million yen since 2022 through this scheme. Aircraft enthusiasts in Texas spotted Japan's first fighter jet for its aircraft carriers, the F-35B, completing its maiden flight on Monday. Lockheed Martin, the jet's manufacturer, is working on delivering these jets to Japan, which is enhancing its military presence in the southwestern region near China. Japan modified its 2 Izumo-class helicopter carriers to carry F-35B jets, which can take off and land vertically. The first group of these jets is set to arrive this year, with deployment planned for 2027 and 2028. U.S. forces in Japan have also been supplied with F-35 models as part of their regional defense strategies. Japan's interest in donuts is on the rise. After initial struggles following its 2006 entry, Krispy Kreme adjusted its products to suit local tastes and now operates 83 stores across Japan. And this week, on Thursday, saw the opening of American chain Randy's Donuts in Daikanyama, Shibuya. Randy's offers over 40 handmade donut varieties, showcasing its trademark donut monument outside its store. CEO Mark Collegian emphasized the importance of Tokyo for growth, with the market expected to reach 150 billion yen this year. While donuts are commonly associated with the United States, Japanese-style donuts are also gaining popularity, with local brand I'm Donut opening its first overseas shop in New York last month. A 5-month-old polar bear cub named Rai made his debut at Yokohama Zoological Gardens Zourasia on Wednesday, accompanying his mother, Ichan. Rai, who was born in November 2024, was seen playing and diving in the water during a media preview. Zookeeper Sakura Ito noted that Rai has just mastered diving, reaching 1 meter deep, and now eats what his mother eats, including mackerel and beef bones. Rai will stay with his mother for the next 2 years or so. Mother and cub are on display daily from 9:30 a.m. to 12 noon, but this may change based on their health and crowd sizes. A research paper by a Fukuoka University lecturer reveals that supermassive black holes emit gas in clusters akin to firing out bullets, not as smooth flows as was once thought. Misaki Mizumoto held a press conference Friday discussing how the team, using satellite data, discovered that the winds around these black holes are bumpy, fragmented. This significant finding led them to publish their work in the British scientific journal Nature. The study also explores how supermassive black holes may have formed through the sudden collapse of gas clouds in the early universe, and how they may have influenced star formation, co-evolving with their galaxies. That brings us to the end of news items for the week ending May 17th. You can read these stories and my other content at my website, theTokyoBill.com. Please check it out. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.